no words to define you. I'm inspired when within you. I feel gratitude at its most complete.
Ours is the greatest fantasy, because in our world of pretend, we are the perfect match.
We all want to love that's louder than words, full of action, that puts you in a big mood every day. Soft love and healthy, loving habits in our relationship. That's my mantra from now onwards.
I think I'm not good enough. That time is gone. I've tapped into a different energy. That time is gone. I've tapped into a different energy.
Welcome to another episode of The Breakdown. And today we have the king. Yeah, I'm for real. We have the king of harmonies and hot bass. Because like harmonies and hot bass. I was listening to the project, right? And the bass is hard. Like, this is like trap soul at its core. Like it's not even that soft one, Yabo, Bryson Tiller and stuff. Yours is like boom, boom, boom. It's hard. And then on the other side, the harmonies, like it's literally harmonies, like it's a soul project, where it's far from that. So yeah. So you just released your project Louder Than Words. Guys, okay. Guys, introducing to you PrettyMuchDon, So I'm in a big mood today, regardless of what happened earlier. And yeah. And I would actually like to say, like, my favorite is Take the Time, Not Gonna Lie, Mantra, and Done, What is your guys' favorites from the project?
For me, it's definitely his first single, N.G.L, Not Gonna Lie. And also Monopoly. I definitely like Monopoly. Fox with that. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my top two.
Yeah. And your top two, Bruce?
And Monopoly.
Monopoly. All right. Lozzie, don't you have any favorite?
I can say my number one favorite, because I've been waiting for it for the longest of time, is Mantra, because I heard the sneak peek a few weeks ago, if not months. And in Habits, yeah.
You're the lucky one. He doesn't share snippets with us. We get the damn thing.
I think it was while Fleets was still on Twitter, so I heard the beat, and yeah, it was really dope.
Yeah, that's a while ago.
So like, you know what? I was listening to the project, and I think there's that thing that South African artists are allergic to submitting lyrics. You guys are very allergic to submitting lyrics. Like, I think the only song that has lyrics is Not Gonna Lie. I'm not sure, but I think it's Not Gonna Lie. And as I was listening to the project, like, how you go about making your own lyrics to a song, and you realize that I've been singing it wrong all the time. For real.
I think it's actually a cool thing, because now you listen to the song next, like for the second time. Now it sounds different with different messages, like a message behind it. So, and I have to say, I usually put on my lyrics, right? My first single ever had lyrics on Apple Music, and I think 3 of them. And then with the EP, I chose like a few songs that I said, okay, this I'm gonna allow them to read through, but the rest I want them to make their own lyrics, or just whatever they hear, it's whatever they want to be out of that song. So I'm guessing I'll load more lyrics maybe in the future, 2 weeks to come. But now I want you all to know the song by yourself.
And please translate Habit for me, because also at times in the song I felt like you were speaking another language. Did you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Which part of the song?
So parts that sounded a bit like I think French or Shona. I'm not sure.
I wish there was Shona and French. You see, it's so interesting because now like people interpret the songs differently, and now you're out here thinking there's French or Shona in there. Maybe
Yeah.
a couple of tracks to come, they'll have a whole lot of different languages, but that is purely English, and me just in my emotions and just expressing myself. But I feel like I think the chorus is kind of like, what is he saying? I have one person asking like, okay, what is it that you're saying? Once is a mistake and what? And I'm like, oh no, once is a mistake, twice is a pattern, and then three times
yes. Now I know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, bruh, you'd be singing a song and dedicating it like to your lover, but all this time the song is about alcohol, that's how.
Imagine. That's the plot twist. That's the plot twist.
Definitely a plot twist. But you guys have any questions regarding some of the songs, some of the things that you want to know?
I think I have a question. So I listened to the EP when it came out at night, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's pretty dope. And then I listened to it again when I was taking a walk yesterday, and it started sounding like a breakup album. It was giving, yeah. So
especially
I was like, exactly. And then Mantra is giving very, yeah. You know what? I know my worth.
Yeah.
All of that. It slowly starts. You feel I don't know, it's some emotion to it. So I want to know, like, what was like the main drive or the main emotion that Don wanted us to feel when listening to the EP?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. So the whole EP is basically like a cycle of a relationship from beginning to the end.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I'm just like talking about how I still got my shit. I found myself and stuff. But then from track 2 to track 8 is now basically louder than words. I think Mantra was supposed to be more like your interlude or your intro because it just talks about me as a person musically and as an artist, where I see myself, the struggles, or like how I felt before I made the project. Hence the part where I'm talking about like I'm tapping into a different energy now, like all those times where I felt like I'm not adequate enough. It was like, oh, I am tapping into a different energy. That's just an introduction of who I am now and the energy I'm vibrating with. And then at track 2, Take Your Time, it's now where the cycle begins of a relationship. So it talks about like falling in love, falling even deeper in love, and then in those moments, there are like stuff that you explore, like you find like that can tap into or excite your relationships, like Monopoly, where it talks about polyamory and how we should not be like just succumb to one standard. So you can try all relationship. And then it goes into like, okay, now things are going sour, like from all the love, now it's like, oh shit, now I'm gonna try and be here and make it work, and let's hope that it works. But like it kept not working. So it talks about how like somebody gets into a relationship, and then goodness comes, and then eventually we become strangers again. But this time now the stranger has more intel on you. So I'm literally just saying. But at the end of the EP is like, you know what? I tried to make this relationship work. It's shitty. It's toxic. I was toxic, but like I tried to fix it. And then I was like, you know what? Done. Deuces. I don't want to do this. You are too much for me. So it's basically like the beginning of a relationship to the end of a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that answers your question, Lwazi.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does.
And anyone have any more questions? Because like I feel like it's only heating up right now. We're only at the beginning.
Okay, I think I have a question. I want to ask about the journey it took into creating your EP. So I feel like personally I want to start like a YouTube channel, right? But I haven't started that. So you want to start an EP and you've already done that. So what would you say to me if I want to start something and like accomplish it and achieve it and yeah?
Oh yeah. So the first ingredient obviously is passion, and like the passion will drive you to go into places that you never thought you would go. Like, and these places, I mean, like reaching out to people, asking, being like not being afraid to ask questions and ask connections, and like how do you do? Like for you right now, the first step is like trying to understand how do we. Now I want to make something now, but how do I go forward with it? So I was talking about how the passion is like the first key. Obviously now being able to reach out to people and ask for information.
Yeah.
I like my journey only took off because I came to Johannesburg and it was years later, but like it was about me reaching out to people. I know somebody on from Twitter. It's like, oh, this dude sings, and let me see, like, and you know how they give credits to people. They're like, okay, cool, this is my producer and all of that. I would literally just reach out to people. I would go to DMs and like, yo, bro, listen, I sing, I'm a vocalist and I want to make music. I've
Yeah.
been playing around with people and all of that. Let's get into it. So in like it's all about you initiating things and like going for it. It might take a while before you get into the state where you're like now creating continuously. But like in the beginning, they're gonna be like hiccups, but you have to like reach out to people, ask people how to do it, and don't be afraid to post your content also as well. Like, because I think most of the time, people are held back by like insecurities, or mainly like the self-esteem of, whoa, what if somebody don't like my content, and now you become really feel less about it. So just continue, post, reach out, and make sure that once you grab it, you don't let go of it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm taking mental notes.
Yeah. Lozzie, do you have anything to say, bro? Oh, Don's biggest fan. Surprisingly, Don's biggest fan hasn't said anything yet or said much.
Sorry, I try by all means to be a listener. So I was very intrigued in the questions. But I think the first time I listened to Not Gonna Lie,
yeah,
I thought, this is the song I want to walk through the aisle listening while having a day. Like, dude, what inspired the song? Because I think we all, well, I don't know if everybody knows, but we are our high selves when we love and we're in love, and when we love back, you know. So what inspired that song?
Love. So the time I wrote N.G.L was like a moment in my life where I found love. I express myself with music. When I'm sad, I sing. When I'm happy, like I just like love singing, right? And now love is it's a heavy emotion, and I love to laugh. So imagine I love to laugh and I love to sing. Both of my favorite things together combined. I'm like, okay, cool. I need to express this ball of emotion that like I'm carrying right now, because butterflies, bro. How do we now translate it or share with somebody? I barely share with my friends like everything that I go through. I would go through a heartbreak and nobody would know in my circle. I would go through, like, I'd be in love for like most parts of my relationships. I would fall in love when it would be just the two of us, and take a while until it gets to the point where so right, like this time around, I fell in love and I wanted to like flip and tell everybody. I wanted to just scream it out loud, and I thought like, let me write it. Let me write a song about it. My platform where people can hear my thoughts and my emotions obviously is through music. So let me take this platform and tell them, oh, your boy is in love now, and he is crazily in love.
Crazily in love.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, the universe has literally finally heard me and answered, and I was like, yo, bro, like, I know you're making music. Here's somebody that's gonna accompany you to your studio sessions and stuff. And like, that's legit what happened. Every studio session I went to was with my partner, so I had to obviously dedicate one of the songs to him.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. And knowing that, your album is, because I know you've always made songs about, the ending of the relationship, or why are we here? Why portrayed, but to hear N.G.L was like, I want to
Happy
feel
song.
that, you know?
A happy song,
Very,
right?
very vulnerable,
Love
you
it.
know. It's like
It's
I'm
very
giving it all
Very
to
vulnerable.
you.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I was like, you know what? I'm going in. I'm just gonna show people my weak side. Because like when you're in love, you become so selfless. You become so
Yeah.
like you become somebody that you never thought you become. And I thought like maybe let me share my vulnerability with the rest of the people, and maybe they will also want to experience that.
Yeah.
And yeah, N.G.L came to life.
Yeah. And
Favorite song.
sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. And bro, like out of all your songs, right? I think Lights Out is the most depressing. Like it reminds me of Escom, Like dog, yesterday I told you I was writing yesterday, and I was literally writing 2 tests, and like Lights Out went out on both, on both things.
Yeah.
For real, like, bro. Your song done, right? They had me shedding a tear too, because like it was really painful, like at the end of the song, because the raw emotion was there, like it's just the end of a relationship that you were in, And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like I think the reason your lover developed bad habits is because of the monopoly they had in your heart. Like I
love your wordplay.
Like I really think I was thinking, like you should have, cheated little over here, like not too much, just one night stand here. But like you said, you're polyamorous, so so I guess that's what you were doing.
Oh, okay. Let's talk a little bit more onto that one. So the monopoly actually is like I'm obviously trying to advocate for free love however you want to. Don't follow what you were taught. Just try and experience stuff by yourself and embrace and see if it works, right?
Yeah.
I did like for a while, like for a longer time, think of polyamory or like non-monogamous relationships, right?
Yeah.
And then like what had happened is that like I would just like see it on TV and like, oh, exciting. I would tweet about it and like whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where like now I find myself in a relationship and I get somebody that's actually like, oh, let's go. I'm into this type of thing.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable at first because now it's like becoming a thing. Now it's like you have to do it. It's no longer an idea. It's actually a possibility.
You have to practice it.
So like obviously I had like cold feet, like how a lot of people that want to get into marriage, they do have a whole lot of thoughts. For me, it was like, okay, I'm tapping into a different direction in the relationship. And yikes, it's real. Am I doing this thing or not? Like it was hard, difficult.
Yeah.
I tried it. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. Because I realized like actually I'm a very selfish lover.
So you weren't the one who suggested it, right?
No, I wanted to do it, but my partner didn't even suggest it. Like it was already a situationship from their side. So I was like, let's go into it. We'll see, right? So I experienced that. Like I tried it for like I think one instant where it was like, okay, there's 3 of us, and like, okay, let's do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
But then from there on, I was like, no, I don't want to do this shit. No, I don't think I'm comfortable. And then I was like, okay, cool. I don't think we can do this. It didn't work out. But like, we were still building our relationship, and it was too soon to introduce that kind of pressure, like, in your relationship while you're still finding yourselves. So I thought, like, you know what, let's try and get more, couple of months, get to know each other, do stuff together, create whatever, and see if we are able to introduce that person.
The bond.
So it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, it didn't work then because we're still like fairly new, but now like in the next year maybe or 2 years or never. I'm kidding.
So you guys are still together?
Yeah, pretty much together forever. I'm gonna write a song about that.
Yeah. And does anyone have any questions?
I do have a question.
Yeah.
What's next? I mean, this album was a big mood, which is That
big
was
mood. I hear that.
one of our conversations.
Honey,
But
I'm with you. Honey, I'm with you.
exactly. But what next? I think, I listen to more established, artists, and I feel your album right now or your EP still stands out, because you're creating relatable music. It's something an ordinary person can relate to, rich, poor, straight, whatever. It doesn't matter. People relate to love and the beginning and the end of an event. So this was very impactful. But what's next?
Oh, I feel like I've already started my next, right? Before the EP even we finished it, there were like a whole lot of songs that I've written. I want to so obviously I introduced myself as an R&B soul singer, right? So my next is a, oh my God, so you do this as well, or you do that, whatever. I want to show people that what what other stuff I can do and stuff, right? And in terms of genre, I don't want to be genre specific. I'm gonna be very broad when it comes to my music. I'm gonna write about what I feel and however I interpret it. It will be a surprise to a lot of people. Next thing, I'm singing a gospel album. Hey, be careful. with a blunt, right?
And 808s.
But what I'm trying to say is that I've already started writing music. As an artist, I'm a very emotional person. I'm a very emotional person, and I like to be really raw and bare my soul. So the next EP or album or project that I'm going to work on is going to be something sad. It's going to be it's going to be my side, my deepest, darkest side that I've never been able to express with somebody else before. And I don't have a therapist, but I feel like with the next project, it's going to be I'm talking, can you listen? This is what I've been through. So it's going to be my therapy session. And you're all going to be my therapists. I hope you also relate to that. It's going to be something very different you will hear. And obviously, I don't see myself as a signed artist, whatever. I'm always going to remain independently. But obviously, I'd like to work with more artists and just try out collaboration and stuff.
Who do you have your eyes on?
I would like to work. I think I'd like to work with rappers, right? I'm thinking right now, Lucas Raps.
Oh yeah.
I think I'd like to work with him, and then Una Rams.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So those are the two, and then females. Obviously, I enjoy Nanata sings music a whole lot.
Yeah, bro.
So I like how she's so different. Her vocals are just on that level. It's runs, riffs, harmonies, and I enjoy that so much. So she's one of the other artists that local artists that I would like to in the future work with.
Yeah.
And anybody else actually, if somebody's down to work, I'm gonna work.
Yeah, not that picky.
Yeah.
And Lozzy Dog, you've been the silent guy, you've been so silent all the time.
No, I'm a listener. I'm a listener.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm a singer.
Yeah. But I had a question actually. Because I realized I think Don posted it a few days ago, if not yesterday. The EP was supposed to drop last year, I think. What was the biggest hurdle when it came to releasing the EP?
The biggest was doubt, right? 2019, I did obviously 2019. That's when I started working towards my music, and I dropped Lights Out. That's my debut single ever, right?
Yeah.
And before then, the struggle was, okay, am I really gonna do this? Do I think I'm good enough for this process? Am I strong enough, let alone good enough? Am I strong enough to actually now let everybody into my life? You understand?
Yeah.
And it was a bit of a struggle for me to get into terms with the fact that like now people are gonna have to critique me. Some are gonna say good, some are gonna say bad, and I'm a very receiver of bad critique. I'm like I cancel everything. Like especially for myself, like I would critique. Like there's so many songs that are written from between 2019 when I tweeted that, and now there's like I think 8 songs that are not in the album that I recorded with my money, went to the studio, and I'm like no, I wanna try something else. Like it was not speaking to what I want, like to where I wanted to be at that moment. So I did get like a few like producers. I worked and we created Lights Out, and like I was exposed to a whole lot of sound, and I felt like okay, cool, we can do better than this sound in particular. The writing, yeah, the emotions, yeah, the vocals, yeah, but we can do better than that. So it was a part where like now the struggle is getting a producer that's available to work with you mid-COVID. Yeah.
I hear that a lot. So you guys have a good relationship, I assume.
Very, very. And like, I love that because now we get to like work even with more stuff to go to, I mean, to come. Yeah, but like I had a hurdle where now I have to stop recording because there's COVID-19 hit. It was like, okay, where am I going to record? Is anybody available to allow me to come into the space and risk their life? And it was like a hard situation. The whole of 2020, it was like, okay, cool, let's pause and then see maybe when the lockdowns and stuff, restrictions are loosened. But it was difficult to get that. But like once I got the producer and then told him my vision, and it was like, I am understanding where you want to go with this EP. Send me all what you need, and I'll try to give you the sound that you want. And it happened. It took a while though, like because I had hoped like by previous year, 2020, I would have dropped. I thought I was going to drop in July. I didn't drop in July because of technicalities, having to like we need to master. We're also like time and who's available. So the plan was to drop it on my birthday, the 9th of July, to make it seem like a present, like a birthday gift to myself, to you.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing, but like it didn't happen, and I was like, you know what, it's okay, it's alright, but I'm gonna do it eventually. And then July, August, September, 4 months later, we drop in LTW.
Yeah. And does anyone have a quick question? Because like we have, I think, a minute left, and then we have to say goodbye.
Any music video on the way?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
2 more questions.
Oh, sorry.
In less than a minute.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Mine is very quick. Any music video that you should expect?
Yeah, my partner and I, we've been working on concepts, right?
Yeah.
But I don't like there's a whole lot of it that's going to require a whole lot of budget, and you're now independent. So it's something that I'm looking forward to do in the near future, maybe for my next project. But for louder than words, I just wanted to introduce myself to everybody. Hey, I'm serious about this music thing. Here's a body of work, and I'm gonna even give you better stuff than this. So music videos are definitely gonna a part of my journey. I want to express my mind. I want people to see what's in this big head. A whole lot of things. So I wanna I watch a lot of music videos on YouTube, and I see how people just do so amazing. And
that's it for our episode today. And in the wise words of PrettyMuchDon,
run that shit up. Run that fucking shit up.